in. So sorry about that, guys. My bad, my bad. We should be good to go, though. Let's get this started as it is a ZBZ, and who knows what the hell is about to happen. Our blue Zerg player in the top right-hand corner of the map, coming at us from root, it is Vibu.
And in the bottom left, our red Zerg playing for, I believe, Dead Pixels. It is Namshar.
And because it's a ZBZ, we might even get a third series in this bracket. You know what I mean? Like, technically, if it's fast, we could get out and get another one. How hype would that be? But I don't want him to hurry it. Sometimes late game ZBZ is fun as hell, so we'll have to see what's going on here. So far, it doesn't look like we're going to get anything too crazy. No pulls down yet or anything. This is about as gentlemanly as it gets so far in a ZBZ, so...
And it is Dead Pixels, so feels good, man.
What? Oh, did you just take a guess and like?
I literally, right? It's like he's Dead Pixels. I think I just kind of choked for a moment there.
Yeah.
It's like he's on Dead Pixels, but it's like I'm afraid he's not on Dead Pixels all of a sudden now that I'm casting a pro match.
Yeah. Hello, the Nidus. Please show Canning. Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, if we can. So the way it works, guys, just to kind of clue you in on this, is as soon as we come out of a game, we basically just hit up the general chat channel and say, hey, guys, we're casters looking for a game. Do you have anything? And then we just wait for someone to respond. So it's a lot, like, you know, less organized than just, you know, saying we want this match, this match, this match. So unfortunately, we can't promise you guys anything, but we will take that into consideration. If those players are about to jump into one, we'll do it.
And one other thing about that is we actually wanted to get into Canning earlier, but the first game that Base Trade cast was an Canning series.
Yeah, the bigger channels get it like dipshit.
Exactly,
much, so,
and
yeah.
The Base Trade is considered the official channel, so they have the ability to deny other people from casting the games they want to cast just for exclusive viewership situation, which I get, and I don't have a problem with.
No, man, like I'm cool with that.
If we can get into Canning, we will. If we can get into Engineero, if we can get into Drogo, Hearthstone, anybody that we can get into that you guys want to see, we will.
All right, I do hope that Namshar can use this chance to become well known. He has so much potential. Well, I hope he puts on some sick shit here. So far, though, it's looking a little weird because Vibe's third base was off running, you know, up and early so much earlier. But, I mean, that's not necessarily like the end of a game or anything, but that is a pretty significant lead here so far. Or at least that I can see. Other than that, there's nothing too crazy yet in terms of tech or path or anything. So that's pretty much all there is to report so far. Yeah, this channel got cats in Noni. I don't know. You got me there, dude. We did get that. I told you guys it was gonna be pretty hype. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the Nidus. We really do appreciate all the love we've gotten today. So thanks for making this a cool day for us. We will try to take your guys' players into consideration moving forward. But you know, it's a little more difficult than that. Speaking of difficult, though, a lot of Lings coming into production here, man. Rifkin is a no. We can't shit on other casters, man. They could crush us. They could literally end our channel. Like, so we don't do none of that.
I will never down talk a content creator. I won't even down talk Avalo. Because he creates content people want to watch, and good for him. If he can create content people want to watch, I'm not gonna knock him for it.
Dude, I want to know what Zombie Grub eats on her pizza that's so foul. These guys are fucking raging over it. But let's get into this game real quick. Namshar's trying to poke in here with a lot of Lings, and so far there's really only a queen to deal with this. He's starting to get the wall down too, so this is a bit of a pickle here for Vibu. He needs to start trying to make some units. So far, only 8 Lings are in production versus 12. That's not going to hold up very well either. He's trying to tuck this queen back in here so it doesn't get the surround, but oh man, there you go. He's already forced to pull off all of his drones, and now we got a Ling versus drone fight on our hands.
Vibes Roachborn just completed, so if he's able to get roaches out, he'll be able to hold this situation.
Yeah, but he's still got to deal with a shitload of Lings in the meantime. He only lost 3 probes, so I guess... wow, probes. Holy fuck, boys. I'm sorry. He only lost 3 drones, so I guess that could have technically went a hell of a lot worse, but, you know, that was still some pretty good aggression there, given that it only cost Namshar a couple Lings, so...
Vibe skipped Ling speed because he wanted to get these roaches out fast, too.
Yeah.
But now he's pushing across the map because he wants to find some damage. He's behind 8 workers right now.
Oh my god, I'm not even going to read the pizza gore that is on our channel. Guys, this is a family stream. Can you please not put that stuff on? No, I'm just fucking around. But alright, so now it's Vibe's turn to get in here and try to get a little bit of tit for tat here. He's trying to surround this queen. It's not going to be able to get killed, and the reinforcements are actually going to clean this up rather convincingly. I don't think he's going to be able to find any damage at all here. So... let's make it out of this awkward teenage phase of Ling Bling, guys. Come on, let's get it rolling. Like, it's got to happen eventually. We got a Roach Warren out already. Okay, there we go. 5 roaches into production, as well as a layer coming out too for Namshar. So we will get that weird mid-game phase here coming on.
Namshar making an actual ton of roaches right now. Oh, excuse me, actual ton of drones, not roaches.
Kotesh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
The Lings get in again. The drones forced to pull offline again. The Lings still fight for a minute, but they're gonna back off so they don't.
Yeah, well, this time around there's roaches.
Roaches are available.
Yeah, the roaches are having none of that shit. So they're going to be able to shut down this Ling aggression here. And both players are kind of posture up into the mid game. Coming down from Namshar, we have his own roaches being produced, as well as +1 missile attacks. So he's going to make the switch inevitably, as well as Vibe 2. And if you take a look at that, both of them have roach speed that's almost timed up exactly too. So this is going to be a really crazy mid game roach fight here when it gets, you know, kicked off. Behind this, Namshar's coming down for his 4th. And Vibe still doesn't look like he's taking any indication of getting his. So
the one thing that Namshar isn't going to be able to worry about, or isn't going to have to worry about rather, is he's finally even on drones. Like Vibe finally did catch up on drones, but Namshar is significantly ahead in army supply.
Yeah.
Now we do have Vibe going for a fast Hydralisk in to deal with the Mutalisk transition that he expects.
But how much of that army supply is just in Lings? You know what I mean? Like, is he that far ahead, or is it just a little bit more Lings and it should be cleaned up by the oh shit? Given his roach situation too. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He has almost double the roach supply.
Hello.
But he doesn't have +1.
My Lambert, thank you for the follow, man. EU ZVZ Master Race. What? Hopefully we can get some EU players later on. Everyone keeps seeing TLO, and you better believe.
Namshar is definitely EU, and he is absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
The Vibe isn't just someone that you expect to get run slap over. I mean, it's Namshar, so I guess I can say I kind of do. These Lings focus firing, those roaches just trading for what they can, but these little bit of roaches not really controlled very well, gonna just sort of move themselves forward into really bad position.
Yeah, now as you were talking about, Namshar's definitely got the supply lead by far, and Vibe's kind of backed up into a bit of an awkward position here. He's forced to pull his queen out. He's even going to pull some drones here to deal with this. He needs those roach reinforcements. He has 10 in production, but they're not going to be here in time. Unfortunately, I think Namshar just pushes through here, right? I mean, it's a little early to call it.
Namshar, it's way too early to call.
Yeah.
The thing is, the reinforcements will be here.
There we go.
Vibe, they finally did pop.
There we go.
His upgrade advantage is going to make it easier to hold this fight. But the art for Namshar is just so good. Every one of his roaches is firing. He's continuing to reinforce them across the map. And we have Vibe trying to get to lurkers, but I feel like transition almost may be what actually kills him. And he is going to push it back for now. But he just had to sacrifice about 10 drones to hold that push.
Yeah, definitely. And if you take a look at the worker count, it definitely shows it's 66 to 57. So he's not like out of it or anything. But given that the 4th base has been down for a while and it's a gold, Namshar's going to start spiraling out of control here. But yeah, man, what a crazy engagement. Also, it should be worth noting that Vibe said on his stream yesterday, and this is third-party information, I didn't hear this myself, that he said no way he can beat Namshar. I'm assuming that's true, but that's coming from the Juggernaut 44, not me.
That's his personal opinion anyway. Like he's like, there's no way I'm gonna beat him because Namshar is just so good at this game.
Yeah.
But honestly, he's putting up a decent fight so far. I mean, like he took a lot of damage early on, having to pull his drones that many times to defend. So he's both missing mining time and he's not able to maintain the worker count he needs. He's lost over 1,000 resources more than Namshar. And Namshar is in just such a good position. I'm not entirely sure how Vibe is supposed to fight this. If he had some fungals, he might could do it. But these lurkers are probably going to be what is able to hold this. Is these lurkers just do so much damage to armor target.
Yep, so Vile's come down and they're trying to get on the lurkers. They found one of the lurkers, but he has to back away from this. There's no way he's going to be able to siege into that. Those lurkers were money right there. And he sends his packing here. If you take a look at the supply lead too, though, Namshar is definitely ahead.
Vibe just walking into the files though.
Yeah. Namshar's definitely... Oh, the sandwich! He's trying to sandwich him with lurkers. This is going to be fucking huge. If he can pull this off, it's going to be gigantic. But I don't think Namshar's going to take the bait. He's probably just going to try to push into this 3rd, I'd imagine, right?
I would imagine he has no reason to try to back up the army right now. He's got an army supply lead. He is in position. He's going to come over here and knock these rocks down to pressure, at least opportunity to pressure the 4th base of Vibe.
NASL sound guy.
Yeah,
sorry, I disabled sound. I was trying to put best of 3 up on the screen and I accidentally disabled it. My bad. But I appreciate the dank meme, friend. But yeah, so now Namshar's going to try to work down this 4th. He actually gets it too, so that was a huge pickup. But because of these lurkers, he just can't, you know, actually... Oh, shit! The sandwich happened, dude. That was gigantic.
He managed to make it happen. All of these roaches are so bruised.
Yeah, you got to go on the attack now. They're so hurt. If you could just try to make this engagement happen, you could take an extremely favorable trade here. He's going to morph a lot of Ravagers too and try to poke in here with a bunch of bio, but look at how hurt all these roaches are. Those lurkers were huge there. Oh, I don't like the fight though necessarily.
And the
the sandwich again. I love this play from Vibe, dude. He shouldn't have downplayed how good he is, I guess, because he's definitely playing like a monster right now. Again, though, he didn't create the sandwich.
Yeah, he just has to be careful how he takes this fight, because at this point, Vibe finally is having to fall back. And Namshar actually has WCS now. He's putting his army against these roaches. He's going to eventually clean up these lurkers because they just didn't have any kind of protection. But we actually see Vibe taking in this game.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to put the heat on here, and Namshar's forced to burrow a bunch of his units. He's going to try to get us around here and get this work down. But if you take a look at the supply, Vibe definitely cleaned him up. It was 190 to 122, and now he's definitely tied things up a little bit more. But I think Namshar's going to be able to clean this up, man. As his defender's advantage kicks in and his reinforcements pop, he should be able to deal with this. Jesus, man, what a game.
Namshar had going was he burrowed his roaches and was able to snipe all of the Ravagers from Vibe, and he couldn't afford to lose those. He's only on 3 bases, has not been able to reestablish a 4th base. Namshar, meanwhile, mining off 4 bases for a long time right now.
Argonaut93 says, does anyone know if any Neuro games will be broadcast? Everyone keeps saying that we need to grab those, but I'd imagine by the time we get out of this, Group 1 should be done, right? It was only 2 games, so...
yeah, I would love to catch some. Again, yeah. I'd love to catch some Neo games. I love Neo. He's awesome.
I don't want to overload the stream on Zerg players, but TLO and Neuro seem to be heavily favored for the next people we try to grab if we have that option. We'll talk about that more though in just a second. As this aggression is on, Namshar trying to poke into this third, and Vibe doesn't look like he has the necessary... Oh shit, there we go. The lurkers planted down should be able to deal with this, but Vibe started to take some unfavorable trades there. And if you take a look at the supply, it's 196 to 128, so this is huge. It's just really hard for Namshar to push into this because of that lurker play. So damn, those lurkers are worth their weight in gold, dude.
And he's able to get in, he's able to start working on those. He does pick one for free. He does have an upgrade lead as well, and all he has to do really is just contain Vibe. Yeah. Vibe has no Spire, he has no way to move across the map to pressure, he has no 4th base, and Namshar is on a 5th at this point, mining already. So all he has to do is just contain and literally do whatever he wants to the other side of the map. He could go into Ultras, he could go into Brutal, he could just mass things at this point, I think, and still take.
Yep, the beginning and the end, my friend Namshar takes game number 1 off the back of just some pretty solid Rose play. That was ridiculous, man. He ran into a little bit of trouble there with the lurkers, but he was able to just power on through there off the back of some really sick macro, and sniping that 4th I think was huge too, so. What
I really like what Vibe was doing with the lurkers, though. That is such an amazing play versus the sandwich, that number of roaches. Just to get Lucas from behind and roaches in the front, and all of a sudden he can't really kite backwards out of the biles.
Yeah, I wish I had the kind of skill to pull shit like that off, dude, because I would definitely try to do stuff like that more if I had the ability to pull it off, so. Let me just go ahead and end the Noni vs. Cats match on Team Liquid. 1 second, guys. Will you let me know when they... follow? Or, wow, follow. When they invite? Thank you for the follow, Cyan Esports.
Cyan Esports, hype!
Yeah, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Cyan, how are the bracket results lining up with your predictions yesterday?
2C, 2BT says, base trade casting you thermal, but this channel has Vibe vs. Namshar. Yeah, man.
Feels good, man.
Feels good.
I mean, I was like, Namshar is like, we're about to start, and I'm like, yes!
Yeah. I know, I saw him go in game and I got all butthurt, but that was just the lobby or whatever. So, we are good to go, guys, and we will be into map number 2, which will be Newkirk Precinct.
This map is actually really good for CBC in my mind.
Yeah?
It's very easy to split the map, so you have a lot of potential for a longer game.
Well, what do you know about CBC? You're Protoss. No, I'm just fucking around with you. You know I love you. You know I love you, dude.
I know.
Okay.
I play Zerg badly.
No, I know. I'm just messing around. You're gonna catch up to me and Zerg. Don't even downplay your skill, dude. You're great. I just was bringing the bants. Let's get on to this, though, because it is a ZVZ. Our player in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, coming at us from Root, currently down 1 point in this best of 3. It is Vaibu.
And in the bottom left, our red Zerg representing Dead Pixels, it is Namshar.
Yeah, _SC2 says, Libby B will play 1 more set of games. Let's grab here for the next. Whisper her, dude. That's all you guys got to do. Oh, wait, we can't hold players, though. Fuck.
We can't hold players.
Yeah.
If they are ready to play when we're done, we will absolutely jump into it. But
Yeah.
because of the time constraints placed on these players for when series are supposed to start,
Yeah.
unless the series literally runs all the way to game 3 and 40-minute long games, there won't be any other delays. We cannot ask a player to hold because of how much they have to get today.
Oh, sorry to cut you off, but what we can do, right, is say technically they make it into game number 2 of like a 3 series. We can come in on game number 2 and just not catch the fresh series or something. So, yeah, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, I'm hyped at this. This is going to be some hype ZVZ. But just let us know who you guys want to see. Also, let us know who you think is going to win. We'll get to that after we get out of this game. But looking at things, we're pretty standard side to play. We got a hatch gas pull pretty much from both players. So this is about as standard as it gets. So.
And Namshar going into a few more drones, Vibe electing to start some Zerglings.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. So people are giving us updates in chat. People who have already qualified. Zanster, Master TLO, Pijogo, and Kellizer. Cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Also, ArtCS1, thank you for the follow. Yeah, waiting is exhausting for players. Imagine getting all hyped up, sitting there in like an arena pretty much, all kinds of people around you ready to play, and then some diamond asshole is like, hey, will you wait 20 minutes? No, I'm just kidding, but like I'd imagine that they wouldn't want to do that, so.
Also add Bly to your list of players who qualified. He has gone up.
Oh, I guess they both went pool and then hatch, so my bad. I was sitting there reading chat and said it wrong. I think I said hatch gas pool, so my bad, guys, my bad.
We have a very early Baneling nest coming down out of both players, actually, in response to the number of lings.
Well, it's because the map, right? Like, it's Newkirk Precinct. You know some shit is going to kick off really early, or at least you can kind of assume that it's going to happen. So I think the early Bane nest is in response to the map more than anything else, given that they both did it, too. So Vibe's going to try to poke in here to this natural and try to get it down. I don't think he should be able to get it, but maybe, man. I don't know. We'll have to see if this queen comes down here. Because of Defender's advantage, Namshar should be able to hold, but...
Yeah, he does have enough lings. The army supply is basically even more in production for Vibe as well as for Namshar, as he does have a Baneling nest finished as well. Vibe morphing 2 Banelings now.
Dude, I want some more lurker sandwiches. I'm hungry. I want that for lunch.
Right?
Dude. Yeah, but that was a hype play.
Oh,
the Banes! The Banes share! Oh, that was almost timed up so perfectly, but he knew. Sick micro, dude. He pulled away from him last second. He's going to try to come up in here to the natural, kind of scout off what's happening, poke up in here and see that there's no third. But yeah, man, Vibe almost got him with those Banes. That would have been pretty hype to see.
Namshar was paying just a little bit too much attention for the Bane connection to happen right then.
Someone just followed, thank him.
Speed finishing for Namshar when it did was he was allowed to get a few more workers killed. Now, right now, Namshar is up 3 workers, which will matter in the grand scheme of things. We have Banelings moving across the map right now for Vibe, but we also have Banelings already in the natural and ready for Namshar to defend. So at this point, Vibe is going to have to do a very solid job with this attack. Yep. While dealing with the lings in his natural and his main base.
Gelestius, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but thank you very much for the follow. I was trying to get Sheer to read it out, so I couldn't say it wrong, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, man. On the other side of things, though, Namshar is going to try to poke up in here to the main of Vibe. He gets down 6 drones for his trouble, which is pretty significant, given that it only cost him a couple lings. Oh my god, these Banes. Oh my god.
He's going to get a huge connection with those lings. They will not make contact with the drones, though, but right now we're sitting at 19 drones for Vibe and 25 for Namshar. Being up that far in worker count in a ZVZ on Ling Bane is amazing. Yep. You'll be able to produce more.
Oh yeah.
You might get an extra queen out, which we do see Vibe having to replace queens as well because he lost the one in his natural, which means his larva production is halved.
Yep. Oh my god, I was waiting for those Bane hits to go off, but they didn't. We'll have to see. Now, both players kind of posturing up and trying to get in there and find a little bit of damage. Namshar has these lings headed across the map that should be Oh, I was going to say they're undefended, but then I saw the Banes. Jesus, these guys are so good. Did you see those splits?
Yeah, he did. I also saw that how many lings that Namshar was able to maintain. He's actually lost most of the lings across the map, but he's just transitioning at home. He's getting his Evo Chamber, he's getting his lair, Roach Worm about to complete.
Yep.
So he's defended the early pressure, added a little bit of his own. He's only up at this point 3 workers, but, oh, actually he just made another fat round, so he's now up 8. He's taking a 3rd base.
Oh, the Banes!
Vibe trying to push across, finds some damage. Actually picks up, trades 1 ling for a Baneling, which is amazing. Gonna continue to try to deny this expansion. He does cancel it, but the Banelings are just kind of rolling around looking for connections.
Damn.
Namshar actually
Transfusing
transfused
banelings.
Baneling just now.
Yeah, that was pretty hype, man. I saw that as well, so it's pretty funny that we both pointed that out. But it's pretty cool to see. So both players trying to get out here and get a third going. It looks like Namshar will be able to get his out, and he should be able to hold it too. Because he has those roaches out in production, that'll help out as well. Vibe also drops a roach horn behind that too, so he's going to come up into the main. He should be able to get a good scout off on everything. But yeah, we're going to transform into the roach side of things, which is pretty hype. Given that last game, like, I'm excited to see that go again. So Baneling transfuse, yeah, man. It's pretty cool.
Namshar with more workers into the natural base, it will get cleaned up very quickly by the Banelings in defense. Already going into a Spire, though, is Vibe.
Oh, shit.
If he can get Mutalisks out quickly enough, there's no Spire on the way as yet for Namshar. So if he's able to get any decent number of Muta available, he'll be able to focus fire any Ravagers that are made. He'll be able to force Spores and Queens to be on defensive.
Yeah.
Possibly pick off Banelings one by one as they try to move across the map as well.
Yep.
Baneling speed is not something you'll usually see in this matchup.
Yeg_SC2 says, Vibe is so dead. Bold prediction. Cotton, we'll have to see if it pays off. I wouldn't necessarily say it's that bold, though, given the fact that I'm just looking at supply here, but 20 is a pretty big deal, man. We'll have to see.
The soup doesn't lie.
Yeah. Gauntlet SC2 base trade, Wardy, the Nidus. Wait, what? Our English streams. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that is listed all the English streams that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Definitely go show some love to the other community casters, man. We're out here trying to do the best we can to bring you guys the games that weren't even going to be casted. I don't think the mainstream's even up yet. So all this shit was just left to the community casters, or it wasn't going to be casted. So I'm really excited that we were able to get in and bring these games to you guys. So
the mainstream doesn't actually go up for another hour and a half, so community casters rule the day.
We're out here saving your guys' ass, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Saving esports, man.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so Vibes tried to poke in here to this third. Should be able to be defended rather convincingly, given the fact that there's a lot of roaches and queens and stuff. Yeah, it's not going to find too much damage. Also, Ugo joining us in chat. What is up, my man? Nice to see you. He says, going into Aspire is Vibe. Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry, guys. We kind of say some random shit here. But he kind of gave away the fact that he was going mutas, man. He's going to attack this Overlord here. So, Namshar knows.
Namshar knows. He's already got a Spore up in his third base. He was already making that. He should have Spores already in his main and natural. As soon as he gets the Spider sense, okay, Muta's time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but pro players just know when Muta should be on the way, and they get the Spores down in time to deal with it.
Nazfala says it's going to be 11 p.m. over here when the mainstream starts. Damn, man. You better go get some Red Bulls or Monsters. I guess DreamHack sponsored by Monster. No, I'm just kidding, but... Yeah, man, I'm sorry for that. That kind of sucks for you guys.
Says Namshar scouted the Spire a full minute ago.
Nice.
So he was able to react. I didn't actually see an Overseer pass through the base, so I was not aware of that. He actually might have done it with Lings.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of trying to read chat, observe, and cast. Like, I miss a few things, but thank you guys for keeping us straight there. I kind of assumed he did because of the spores that came down, right? Like, I kind of assumed he did, but I didn't check his vision or anything, so... he has a lot of Hydras coming out, though. 6 Hydras with the amount that's already out. He should be able to deal with this convincingly. That'll be 9 total. So I don't think these mutas are going to find too much damage. And as everyone said, the 4th is already up as well, too. So, I mean, Namshar's looking pretty strong in this game. It's 133 supply to 98. So I don't want to rule Vibe out or anything, but I think he has an uphill battle here against this. So
I would say he definitely does. Again, he's behind in his base count. He is behind in workers by 12.
Yeah.
And he's very behind in army supply as well as army value.
Yeah.
If you look at what Namshar has going for him, he has pathogen glands with 3 infestors right now.
Yeah.
So he's able to fungal and then bile targets down. We do have 8 lurkers on the way for Vibe, though, so that depending on how Namshar takes the engagement, if he's able to actually take a good fight, he'll be able to respond very well to that.
Yeah, so and then there's burrowed infestors too. Like, this is just kind of spiraling out of control, unfortunately. But that's kind of ZBZ. The one thing that he does have going for him, though, that's really significant is all these lurkers again. Maybe if you can get those all spread out, he might be able to find a little bit of damage there. So we'll have to see once those come into effect here. But I think these mutas are pretty much out, you know? Like, they're not going to be able to find any damage. So I think
the muta might be able to pick off occasional reinforcements, but he cannot go into a fight with these Hydralisks.
Yep, and then the infestors as well. Like, so it's just doubly screwed there. So he will have to make the transition, and as you can see from production, it's going to be heavy roach play, which is a pretty good, pretty good call there. Sea of Whiskey, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Nidus. If you guys like what you see, hit that follow. We are out here trying to bring you guys as much content as we can. So yeah, I mean, both players just kind of posturing up. It's going to be really hard for Vibe to hold on to this, but because of those lurkers, I think he might be able to. Here we go, though.
But huge rain of vials coming down the middle of him, picking off 3 lurkers already.
Yeah, that was significant. Before the fight even began, man, they didn't even get any shots off. So the Ravagers are just worth their weight in gold here. As soon as you, or as long as you can see where the lurkers get planted, you can just kind of snipe them off. Again, we see the same play here. Nice. Vibe actually unburrows them, moves them out of play, and brings them back down. These guys are so fucking good, dude. I love this.
Vibe is so far behind as far as
oh my god, the fungal. Jesus.
And the files will eliminate most of these urges. Chain fungling that down. It doesn't really matter how much urges he has at this point as he's just able to steamroll everything.
Yep.
And this absolutely vibes. Last stand, and GG is called.
Namshar will advance off a 2-0. Very, very well played.